Hi, have you ever wanted to quickly adjust the brightness of your iPhone or iPad's display? Maybe you wanted easy access to airplane mode or Wi-Fi or your alarm clock. Or you forgot your reading glasses and you need an easy way to see your menu or playbill in the dark. You can even quickly access a calculator to figure out how to split the bill, or how much to tip, or how many gallons of gas you can get for $50. There's an easy way to get access to all of these features and more with just a swipe on your iPhone or iPad. These features are in Control Center. To access Control Center, either swipe down from the top right corner of your iPhone or iPad or swipe up from the bottom. Which it is will depend on which version and model of device you have. If one of these doesn't work, try the other. Remember, start with your finger slightly off the display and then swipe up or inward. It takes a little bit of practice, but once you've done it a few times, it becomes easier. You can add controls to or remove controls from Control Center by going to Settings and then Control Center. Scroll down until you see Included Controls or More Controls. Included controls show you what's already in Control Center. More Controls shows you what you can add to Control Center. Tap the minus sign to remove an included control. This will move it to the More Controls section. In the More Controls section, tap the plus sign, and that adds this control to the Included Controls section. Below I show you which are my favorite apps and the ones that I recommend for you. Which apps show up in Control Center will depend on what apps you have on your device and which model of device you have. And now I will demonstrate it for you. Hi, I will now demonstrate for you how to use Control Center. It's exactly the same on the iPhone and the iPad. The only difference is some options might be available on one, but not the other. And that is true also depending on which model of iPhone or iPad you have and which version of software you are running on it. But in general, they will be exactly the same. So to start with, you can access Control Center from your lock screen or from within your iPhone itself. Now, to access it, you either swipe up from the bottom or you swipe in from the top right hand corner. It depends on which model of iPhone you have. So for here, I would swipe in from the top and there is Control Center. If I wanted to use it on an iPhone with a home button, then you swipe up from the very bottom to get to Control Center. After that, everything will be the same. The controls on the top half are fixed. Those cannot change. The items on the bottom half we can add or remove in settings as we want. So for the fixed ones, up here we have our connectivity. This would be airplane mode. You would turn that on if you want to turn off all the others. And that is when you're on an airplane and you want to disable your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and cellular. You do that when the flight attendant says, please put your devices in airplane mode. This one is the Wi-Fi symbol. That's like the little slice of pie with the curved lines. The funny squiggle is Bluetooth. Up here is either cellular or hotspot or AirDrop, depending on your device. Over here is your audio, your video control, and that's your play, fast forward, rewind, etc. if you are listening to some music or watching a movie or something else on this particular device. This is rotation lock, which allows you to turn your device without letting the contents on the display change direction. This is screen mirroring, which allows you to show what's on this device on a separate monitor or TV or computer. This is your brightness control. I can turn it brighter and dimmer, and I can also press on it to change the brightness of the device, go into dark mode, night shift, and true tone. This is for your volume, and again, you can press on it to see it. This is your home center. If you have controls at home that you can control through Wi-Fi, such as lights, cameras, your TV. This one turns on and off my TV, etc. Now on the bottom half, these are the controls that I've added, and the ones I recommend are your flashlight. It gives you quick access to your flashlight, and you can press on it and you can control the brightness of the flashlight. This is for a timer, so I can set a timer for whatever I want to and then start it. This is a calculator. This is a really nice one, and for some reason it's only available on the iPhone. The iPad does not have a calculator built in. You have to go to the App Store, and there are a lot of really great calculators to download, but for some reason there's not one that's built in. So there's the calculator, and it's a nice simple calculator, and one of the things I love about it is if you take it and you turn your device sideways, it turns into a full function scientific calculator, and then I can turn it back. Next to that is an alarm clock, and you can use it to set as many alarms as you'd like. This is low power mode, and it turns off certain background functions so that it saves power. This is a magnifier. I love this one. It allows you to magnify small print. It uses your camera, but it doesn't, take a picture. It doesn't save it or anything, but it's an easy way to zoom in to be able to see some small print. So if I have something that's very small that I want to read, like this, I can zoom in on it. I can use the control to zoom in more or less. If I need to, I can turn on a flashlight to light it up. I can even take a picture, which is not saving the picture, it's just a snapshot, so I can zoom in and look at it in better detail. So that one comes in very handy. For instance, when I'm in a restaurant and I want to read the menu and it's one of those dark restaurants and I forgot my glasses. It's also good if you're looking at the playbill when you're at a show or the opera or something. If you're trying to find something in the supermarket, you didn't bring your glasses, and you want to read the ingredients on something. I've used it many times. This one is the voice recorder, and it allows you to record sounds. And it is great for taking a quick voice memo, or if someone's talking to me and I want to remember what they're telling me. I used it once for a recipe somebody gave me. I've also used it, I love the rain, and I've used it to record the sounds of the rainstorm and the lightning and thunder, so I can play it back at any time. And the other one that I recommend, you can ignore these for now. The other one I recommend is the one with the A's. That's for text size, and I can use it to adjust the size of the text. And it works on the home screen, and it works in some apps, not all of them, but in a lot of the apps, so it can be very useful. So those are the controls that I recommend. Now, I can add and remove stuff from the control center by going to Settings and then going to Control Center. And right here, I have the included controls, and these are what's in my control center right now. I can remove one by tapping the minus sign, and when I do, it will move it down into the More Controls Center. These are the controls that I have, but I'm not using right now. They're not in Control Center. If I want to add it to Control Center, I hit the plus sign, and it will move it up to the top and add it to Control Center. So for instance, if I hit the plus sign, you can see it moved from here from more controls into the included controls section. If I hit the minus sign, I can remove it, and it puts it back down here in the more controls section. Also, for the controls that are up here, I can change their order by putting my finger on these three bars and then sliding it, and that's going to change where it appears in Control Center. It moved from over here to here. And if I want to put it back, I go back to Code Scanner, and I put it on the bottom there. I go to Control Center, and there it is on the very bottom. This is a quick overview. I hope you get a feel for what's possible with Control Center, and you can see how easy it is to use and to access. I can just come up here, swipe down, and go to my controls as I need to. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.